Welcome to CAPI Live. We'll wait for some folks to get on tonight. Still got some folks. Let's see if we can get this whole thing in there. Let's see. How can we get it all? There we go. Mucho better. I don't have my stand. No stand. What was that? What's that haze? The lighting is really bad. Why do we have a haze? It's not wanting to focus. No focus. Copy live. I hope everybody had a good week, or good 2 weeks. I know I didn't do a show last week. I apologize. I was not feeling well. I think I had food poisoning because I felt like crud. When you guys come on, say hi so I'll know you're here. And I apologize for the lighting. I don't know what's up. I don't know why you're doing that. Not sure. Let's see. Normal. Push, pop, crush, glow, slate, dawn, stance, sketch. Here's Sketch Live. It's Cappy Live. Yes, I was a little under the weather last week. I apologize. That's why I didn't have a show last week. My bad. Hello, Michelle. How are you? How do you like my new look? I hope everybody had a great 2 weeks. I did. Except for when I was sick. I didn't have a good time then. I was sick last weekend, and this weekend my knee gave out. It does that sometimes. I know y'all getting sick of seeing this. Let's go to this, or this, or this, or this, or this. I don't know why that little blur is in here. It looks like there's a light over here, but there's not. There's no light there, so I don't know why it's doing that. I apologize. Y'all say hi for me, please. Let me know you're on.
Pretty please. Pretty please say hi. I want to know you're here, baby. I want to know you're here, baby. If you don't see me, tell me hi. Say hi, baby.
Is that Cora? Hello, Cora. Hello, Michelle. Surely there's more people than just Cora and Michelle. Who else we got tonight? Where's John and Beth and Katie and all the folks? There's John. Hello, John. John Bigelow. I'm at work still. Cool. I'm not. John is like a workaholic. John works all the time. That's all John does is work. What am I looking at? Where am I at? Am I looking at you now? Hello. Am I looking at you now or now or? Hello, I didn't see notification. I'm sorry. We took you off notifications, Beth. Yeah, we took you off notifications. We decided that we didn't want you to be notified when CAPI live. I don't know why. I didn't really think that far into that lie. We didn't really take you off. You're still on. Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? I don't know why I'm freaking out tonight. I have no reason for it. I guess because my knee is finally starting to calm down a little bit today, and I'm happy because I was in a lot of pain for the last 30 hours. A lot of pain. I was hot yesterday and just wasn't good. I'm here with Michelle Morgan. Hey, Michelle, and hello, Morgan. I've done said hello to Michelle so many times it ain't funny. Oh, good. Oh, good. I can see Beth saying that. Oh, good. Oh, good. Well, I hope everybody... Hey, John and Beth, go share for me. And if there's anybody on right now that hasn't hit that like button, please do so right now for me. Hit that like button. It helps with the algorithm on how they show the videos. And we want that to be high. We want that to be up there. We got some stuff to talk about tonight, man. We got some stuff to talk about. CAPI was discussed, and hello, Ron. Discussed and mentioned internationally last night. For those of y'all that don't know, we were discussed and mentioned internationally. I was not on the broadcast. A friend of mine was on a broadcast, and they started talking about paranormal. And I found out today that he put our link to the show on their show, and it's an international show. It goes all over the world. So we may have some visitors from who knows where tonight. And get some new folks. If you haven't already done so, please hit that like button. Like I said, it helps with the algorithm on how they show the videos. Also, hit that notification bell if you hadn't already done so. And please subscribe. We still have the standing challenge going on right now, that if we hit, what was it, 3,000 subs, that John Bowen and Johnny Rushing will go and get tattoos of this right here, CAPI, with the little squiggly lines and everything, the little wavelengths. We will get that tattooed on our bodies somewhere live. We will do it live. So y'all get us up to 3,000 and you'll get to watch John and I get tattoos. Somebody's at my door. I don't know what that was. Anyway, there's more people on here than there are likes, so there's still some people that haven't hit the like button. Can you please do that for me now? I know you'll like the show. You'll really like the show. We're going to talk about coming events. We're going to talk about, I don't know, let's talk about something. Let's talk about me and you, baby. Let's talk about you, me. And we're going to talk about technology and the paranormal. We're going to continue that conversation that we already started a couple of weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, or 4 weeks ago, whatever it was, because I haven't been on. And I just, like I said, I apologize for that, but I was sick last week, guys. I really was. I was in a bad way. I think I had, like I said, I think I had Food poisoning. Hello, Black Tower. Thank you, John. You are awesome. John is so awesome. I'm glad you're better. Oh, me too. Thank you, Black Tower. Yes, I am much better. Hello, David. I still see more people on than there are likes. Oop, let me quit getting into there. Into the little lens there. Sorry about that. There's still more people on than there are likes. So if you guys would, please hit the like button for me so that it will help with the algorithm on the video shares and views. Well, I thank you, David. Thank you very much. Yep, he is awesome. He really is, isn't he? John is like the most... John is what awesome wants to be when he grows up. He is awesome. I love John to death. That's my brother. That's my bro, man. That's my bro. If I look at me, it looks like I'm looking away. But if I look at you, it looks like I'm looking at you now. I wonder what happened. I wondered what happened last weekend. Yeah, that's what it was. We always post on the Facebook page. So if there's ever a time that you're wanting to watch the show and you come on at 9 o'clock on Sundays and the show's not on, just go to our Facebook page and it'll usually give you an excuse on why we're not on. That way you'll know why the show didn't go. Okay, bro? I'm a poet and didn't know it. I can rhyme anytime.
Baby, please don't laugh at me. Don't do that. Stop. I see you laughing. Don't do that. That's not nice, baby. That's just not nice. You know I love you. Don't laugh at me, baby. The camera is shaking. We've all breaking, and there's an earthquake going on right now.
All right, what do we want to do? There's still 2 times more people on right now than there are likes. Please, why don't you like me? Surely you gotta like me. Look, I know you like this. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Central Alabama Paranormal Investigations, CAPI. CAPIParanormal.com. What is CAPIParanormal.com? I'll tell you what CAPIParanormal.com is. CAPIParanormal.com is where you can go to get merch. You can get cool t-shirts. You can get baseball caps, snapback, baby. You can get pretty much anything you want. Any kind of merch you want. And if you go to the site and you don't see a merch that you do want, just let us know and we will create it. You can get CAPI shirts that are black. You can get CAPI shirts that are red. You can get CAPI shirts that are pastel colors. You can get CAPI shirts that aren't even shirts at all. You can call them hoodies because that's what they are. They're not shirts, they're hoodies. And what makes a hoodie not be a shirt? It has a hood. Dummy. Why would you even ask that? That's how a hoodie becomes a hoodie. It has a hood. That's what you do. And I don't mean a bad neighborhood or a gang-ridden area of the rural metro city. I mean a hood that goes over your head and you can put it on and not get cold upon your ears or your bald spot. That's what a hoodie is. So go get you a hoodie, go get you a tee, go get you some pens, go get you some books. What? That's what she said. Beth said books and gear. That's right, because you could also get books from our site, because we have a bunch of them on there, a dozen or so on there that we have read, vetted, and fell in love with. Go get those. You can also get gear if you're wondering, if you want to start investigating and you want to start a team and you want to know how to do it. You can take our class. Then you can go to our site, which is CAPIParanormal.com. That's what she said. But then you can get we have suggestions on there on gear that we have vetted and use and have used and will use and continue to use, because we're a bunch of users, and especially Beth. Beth is a user.
She uses the equipment, and she doesn't even tell the equipment thank you. She's such a user.
But you can get gear from there. You can get anything you want to from CAPIParanormal.com because this is the best damn website on the web today. Oh yes, it is, son. Yes, it is, son. Go get you some, son. And you can also meet the team on there. You get a little bio of everybody. You go on there and you'll read about me, and then you'll say, "I'll never watch that again. He scared me." I don't scare people. Or do I? Is it weird that I use my beard as a swing? No, I have not been drinking tonight. No, I have not taken any illicit drugs. What is this? Who is texting me? Oh. They wasn't texting me, they was texting the group. All right. Upcoming events. The next CAPI camp is in October, but I forgot the dates. I'm so sorry. My mind's just not what it used to be. I used to could think of something happened 40 years ago. I could think of something that happened 40 seconds ago. Now I don't even remember what the hell I'm talking about right now. So I don't know. Forget. I'm very forgetful. Very, very forgetful. I hit 50 and quit being nifty. Anyway, we are going to do CAPI Camp in October. I will give you guys the dates on that as soon as we pin it down. We have 1 weekend open in October. So we're going to do the CAPI Camp that weekend. It's the only weekend we have open in October. So far right now, CAPI Camp is set for October. John or Beth, y'all could go look if you would on October on the calendar and let me know. But I know it's in October, but I can't remember if it was the 15th. October 16th. Thank you, Beth. Now, is that a Friday? John Bowen needs some help here. Beth got it. Beth jumped on it. Is that the Friday, Beth? 16th, 17th, and 18th? Is that what it would be? Okay, thank you. 15th, 16th, and 17th. October 15th, 16th, and 17th, 2021, the year of our Lord, is when we will do the next CAPI Camp. And it will be at Lake Payne. Yes, in North Alabama, Lake Payne, northwest. Yeah, northwest Alabama. It is a beautiful, beautiful lake. I will get you guys the address. I will get you guys directions. If y'all want to come to CAPI Camp, y'all please join us. We have so much fun at CAPI Camp. It's always so much fun. It really is. We have a blast at CAPI Camp. This is an area that we've never been to before. It will be our first time going to this one. We are so looking forward to it. And it's beautiful there. If you've never been to Lake Payne there, it is gorgeous, guys. It really is. It's up close to Camden. It's up close to, not Camden, Clanton. Yeah, it's up close to Clanton. It's up around that area, a little further north. But it's really nice. It's really beautiful. I went and toured the area with Josh and Edna, and we loved it. And Paramama went too, and then the kids as well. They went and swam, and we ate and cooked out and just enjoyed the facilities. We talked to the curator there, let them know we were coming, and we just went and took a tour of it. It's just gorgeous. We spent all day out there and we had a blast. It was really, really cool. And the really cool thing about it is I know this summer has been pretty brutal, and I think October is probably going to still be a little bit hot, so a little warm probably. So, but the good thing about Lake Payne is it's like a wind tunnel in there. It's because of all the trees and the way it sits and the big lake. They got a huge 100+ acre lake there, and it's just beautiful and it stays cool. So it'll be a great camping weather at that time, at 15th, 16th, and 17th of October. So y'all make sure you join us for CAPI Camp. Hey guys, I just wanted to say hey to you all. Miss y'all babysitting. Hello Whitney, how are you? We miss you too. Hey Whitney, hey girl, how you doing? How you doing? You know I miss you, girl. So, how you doing? So pretty too. Look at you. Your hair did, your nails did. I'm sorry. Y'all ever get that? People walk up to you, say, "Hey, how you doing? Where you been?" Ask about your family and stuff, and you're like, I don't have a clue who the hell this is. Oh, I remember Whitney. I do know who she. I remember you, girl. I was just playing about not remembering you. I remember you. I was just. All right. So glad you joined us tonight. Please stay. So awesome. Because I love each and every one of you. I really do. There is not one person in this entire world that I do not love. I love everybody. Everybody in this entire world. Sorry. Everybody in this entire world, I love them so dearly. That's our coming events. We're still doing investigations, of course, every weekend. Beth's got us booked through October the 15th, 16th, and 17th. I think that's our only open weekend. It's crazy. We have investigations all the time. And we love it too. We really do. And Beth does give us breaks. She schedules. She's a great scheduler, so she schedules it so that we can get a little breathe room. This month has been pretty full, and I think next month's gonna be pretty full. But it's cool. We aight. We aight. We can get it. We can take it. We can handle it. We can handle it. We ain't got no problems. You know what I'm saying? We'll handle it as we always do. Had an awesome investigation last night at one of our favorite places in the world in Montgomery. Got some great personal experiences, got some great evidence, some of the best orbs I've ever seen in my entire life, paranormal or not. So we're super excited about that. I have not had a chance to go over my EVPs that I have, but I'm would be very surprised if we don't get EVPs from this location, because we always get something from that location. It's always a blast. It's always, we really love it. And if you want to know where that is, then you just have to join the team and go with us. Duh. But that's kind of hard to do right now because we're not accepting any members anymore. That's right, folks. We have hit our membership limit. We have everybody we need. I love my team. Everybody on my team is amazing, and they do such a great job. And I'm so proud of everybody on my team. And I'm talking to y'all right now. If you're listening right now, if you're going to listen later, I'm letting you know right now that I love you guys so much. You have gone above and beyond everything I ever expected for a team. You really have. Last night was an amazing investigation. We have an amazing client that we've done several investigations for in different spots. We're going to have another one on the 31st with this client, where we're going to actually spend the night at the location. And just a little hint, we may be bringing a little bit of live to you that night. We got to figure that out. I thought about that today, about doing some live during that, maybe a few live moments during that, and I have to talk to the team about it and see what we can do, and talk to the client about it and all that stuff. So, well, we may be bringing you guys some live investigation footage. That would be pretty cool, man. Pretty cute.
So y'all stay tuned for that. Nothing written in stone yet. Like I said, I still got to talk to the team and figure out what I want to do or what we want to do. I think that's it. Y'all want to go over prayer list? Does anybody have anybody to add to the prayer list? Oh, Beth says we have openings in November. Awesome. And we have openings in freaking awesome orbs. Yes, it was some awesome orbs last night. Some of them manifested right in front of us, and there was a spiraling orb. It was just really cool. Some really awesome, unusual behavior orbs last night. But we do have openings. Beth says in November. So if anybody needs any investigations, let us know. We can get you booked. But prayer list. Remember myself and Paramama in your prayers. We have an unspoken prayer request. Remember us in our move that we're still trying to map out and iron out and get done. I'm so ready to get out of this place and get into our new place. It's been crazy. We started planning this a year ago, a year and 4 months actually ago. So it's almost a year and a half that we started planning getting out of here and getting to our new place. We do have, for y'all that do not know, we do have the house, our mini house put out on the ranch, on the horse ranch. We have all the horses there. We have all of our, most of our enclosures, animal enclosures. For anybody that doesn't know, the Para family, we are huge into animals. We have a lot of animals. I have more cats than I can count. I have more dogs than I can count, which was added to. We added 2 new dogs a couple of weeks ago. We added at least 6 or 7 just last night. We have a dog rescue where we rescue abandoned or abused dogs and cats. But we have a lot of animals. We have horses, we have dogs, cats, rabbits, snakes, lizards, just everything. We are going to be adding soon at least 1 donkey to our mix. And then we're always adding dogs and cats, of course, through the rescue. So all of our enclosures, well, with the exception of maybe 2 or 3 enclosures, are completed now at the ranch. The only thing we're waiting on is to get the power and plumbing done at the new home, and then we can do the insulation and walls, and then we're ready to move in. Then we're ready, Freddy. I'm already there in my mind. I have been for several months. So I'm super stoked that it's getting even closer to that time. Excuse me, I have to get something to drink. Try to do this where I can keep us already playing. There we go. Does anybody have any prayer requests that they would like for us to add to the prayer list? Anybody at all? Come in. Hey, what's up? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, John. Cool, I'm glad you're back. Okay. Well, I guess no one wants to add that. Y'all, I wanted you to keep Beth and Tom in your prayers. Unspoken request there. John and his family as well, of course, and and keep our team members, the Davises, in your prayers too. They are going through a bout of strep throat, so y'all keep them in your prayers as well. Keep Josh and his family in your prayers as well. Keep that's it. I have a nephew. I won't say his name because I didn't tell him beforehand that I would do this, but I have a nephew that just went through Paris Island, the Marine training at Paris Island. He did not make it. He washed out. So he's going to go home and recuperate and then try again. So in about 6 months, I think that's the plan. Last time I talked to his dad, my brother, they said that that's probably what they're going to do, is he's going to try again, either for the Marines or for the Army. But he had some issues that couldn't be resolved in the time period that he had, so he washed out at Paris Island. So please keep him my nephew in your prayers, if you will. And I think that's it that I have. If y'all have any, you just pop them up anytime during the show. Just pop them up and we'll get you added to the list as well. Of course, as always, keep all of our clients in your prayers, because they're all going through stuff. And MRP, I don't know what that is. Ron. Cool. And so, like I said, if you have anything that you want to add to it, just let me know anytime you're in the show, and we'll add you to our prayer list. I think that's it. Am I missing anything, John or Beth? Okay, Black Power, thank you. The great thing about saying a prayer for someone is you don't have to know their name, you don't have to know their situation, because God knows all of that, right? God already knows. I was there on Paris Island. Oh, okay, got you. Bless your heart. Yeah, that's tough. That's really tough. But the great thing about saying prayers for people is you don't have to know their name, you don't have to know the situation that's going on. All you have to do is just say, Lord, be with them. You know, thy will be done in your prayer for them. And just include them in your prayers. Because God already knows their names. He already knows the situations they're going through. And he already knows the solution to those situations. And he's already working on it before we even ask. But through faith, we can do anything, right? We can move a mountain. Or we can change a life. We can save a life. So through faith and prayer, all things are possible. I'm living, breathing right here with you guys tonight because of that, of prayer. Won't go super into that because we don't have time, but in 2001 I was told that I had 6 months to live, and there was not a dadgum thing they could do about it. But I was just gone to get my affairs in order, because it was over. Game over for Johnny. Time to start pushing daisies. But that was in 2001. It is now 2021, which means 20 years later I'm still here. So, and that's from the power of prayer. That's I think we covered the campus. Yeah, I know, man. We've been crazy busy with investigations. We sure have. That's good though. That keeps us sharp and keeps us doing what we do, and that's why we do what we do, is for the evidence and for the investigation and for the education, and that's all we want to do. Is, I'm sorry, I'm having an issue with my air conditioning unit, so I'm having to try to fix it. But yeah, I think that's it. So let's get right into this. We talked about the uh, introduction of technology and new beliefs and new practices and all that last time on the show. And I wanted to continue that series on technology and the paranormal. We now have what I said I was going to talk about tonight on the last show is I was going to talk about the technology that we're having, the technology that's here and how it's affecting the paranormal as a whole. And I also want to talk about the new technology that doesn't affect the paranormal, but people truly believe that it does. Let's see if there's a way we can set this down, and that might eliminate some of that light exposure. Yeah, there we go. That's better, isn't it? Isn't that better on the lighting? I think what it is the light is glaring off of my hand and making that all this hazing. I think that's what was going on there. I can't be sure of that, but I think, let me see if I can put something up here. Y'all give me a second. I'm sorry. Sorry. See if we can't get a backing that we can get most of me and the thing in there, the banner. So a little less of Taz, baby Taz there, and a little more of the banner. There we go. There we go. I think that's a little bit better on the lighting, isn't it? Now that my hand's not glaring that. I hate when it does that. I don't have my stand tonight because I didn't have time to get it before I started the show, because the time creeped up on me. That's why I started the show at 9:01 instead of at 9 o'clock. And I even thought about not having a show tonight because my knee was still killing me, but it started feeling a little bit better. And I said, I can't not do a show tonight. I didn't do a show last week, so I can't not do a show tonight. I don't think I did a show the last couple of weeks, so I said I can't do that. To the CAPI fam, I couldn't do that. But let's talk about technology. I also was going to bring in some equipment, and I forgot about that as well. And we had a birthday party today, and I had to meet some people, and that didn't work out. And then I had to take our daughter that barrel races with one of our horses, or a couple of our horses. She does barrel racing. We had to go take her out so she could do some practicing. She's got some events coming up, and it's been a crazy day. It has been a crazy day. I've been on the go all day today. I didn't get in bed till really late last night, and then my air conditioning went out in my room that I'm in now, where we sleep. And if you can hear it in the background, it is now working. I kind of rigged it a little bit. I kind of did some weird, crazy redneck rigging to it, and it's so far it's working so far. But for the people that know me, they know that I am mechanically declined. I do not know stuff, mechanicals and fixing stuff and stuff like that. It's just not me. I have to hire people to do that. And this is an old air conditioner that just decided it was time to stop. But I have rigged it, so now it is cool in here now so that we can actually sleep. But last night it was not cool in here. It was very hot, and I was very sweaty, and it was just horrible. You know how it is when you're trying to sleep in the heat. It just, man, it sucks. And I can sleep in the cold a lot better than I can in the heat, because I can cover up and put layers on in the cold. But in the heat, you can take everything off and it's still 80 degrees in your room. You're not going to sleep comfortably. So I do apologize for being late tonight, but that is the reason why I was late tonight. But let's get into this. I want to talk a little bit about some, not only technology, but some ideas and technology, of course, that has come about in the last few years. Some of them have been around for quite a while, since before Hell Faces inhabited this land, but they were just they've made a new comeback, in popularity and in I'm going to get this right, guys, I promise you. Without my stand, it's so hard. There we go. That's a little bit better. But let's talk about that a little bit. Y'all know I'm going to throw stuff in there like sage and what is it, John? What are some of the other ones? Sage and coffin nails and graveyard dirt and black mud and crystal stones and all that ridiculous stuff that people talk about in the paranormal that says it works and it doesn't, and it does nothing for us, and it just doesn't do what it's supposed to do, what they say it's supposed to do. It would be great if it did, man, if sage worked. We've had a few cases over the year, more than a few over the years. One recently that the entity there has been super stubborn. And I would love for sage to work, man, because everything we've tried in this residence trying to do a cleansing, I would love to be able to just go grab me a big hunk of sage and light it up and walk through there like Cheech and Chong and up in smoke, and then get rid of this thing. So I would really love for it to work, but it doesn't. It doesn't work. There's a lot of these ideas that have come out of folklore and wives' tales and innuendos and stuff like that people have incorporated into their investigations and I guess talked about it and did research on it and just used it so much that it just became a norm in the paranormal. And I see y'all's comments popping up, and I'm gonna get to them, I promise you. Y'all know how I am. I run my mouth and then I read and then I answer and then I run my mouth a little bit more. Hey Katie, I just saw her name pop up. Hey girl, I'm glad you're here with us tonight. Miss you so much. But let's talk about stuff like coffin nails and graveyard dirt and black mud and crystals and sage and stuff like that for just a second. I'm not going to go off into some rabbit hole on those objects and methods, because y'all know how I feel about them, because they don't work. I mean, they just flat out do not work. And so we want to but I do want to include them in this discussion because it is part of some of the advancing technology. Because technology doesn't always have to be a mechanical object. It can also be an hypothesis or a proven theory that just doesn't work, or does work, whichever the case may be. Let's just, I can sum all of this up. Like I said, I don't want to sit here and talk a lot about it because you already know how I feel about it, and I already know how a lot of you guys feel about it, and I don't want to make a big, huge thing on it, and I'm not going to, because it doesn't deserve the airtime that would take. But I'm just going to explain what I've always explained to the group, to whoever's asking. And I'm sorry, I was taking my label off so I could drink. I got in trouble for advertising. But then I found out, speaking of that, I know I'm ADD, but listen, this is something. I got in trouble for drinking out of a bottle with a label on it that advertised a product when I was drinking it. But I went and did some research not long ago and found out that it doesn't matter. You can do that. I was thinking that it was like a monopoly or a copyright or infringement law that said you couldn't do that, but you can, as long as you let the people know you are not endorsing. You're not a paid endorser for that company or that product. So I drink Diet Cokes all the time. That's mostly what I drink. I do drink a lot of water now and some sweet tea every now and then, since I was diagnosed with diabetes, but I still drink my Diet Cokes, and I probably always will, but that's just what I like. It's delicious to me. It's what I like. I don't like sugar type sodas and stuff like that. They tell me that the products in this, I've heard all the stuff like there's something in there that will make you thirsty, so you'll drink more. There's something in there like aspartame, stuff like that, that'll make you, give you all this diseases and problems and stuff like that. But I've been drinking these things since 1981 when they came out, and I no problems. But anyway, yeah, I found that out, that as long as I let people know that I do not endorse them, that I'm not a paid endorsement of them, and but I do believe in it, then it's okay. So I'm not worried about that anymore. But I did take the label off just so I didn't have any problems, because I was contacted by YouTube and asked not to do that. So here's my argument. Here's the way I argue, and I'm gonna get to y'all's comments, I promise you. But here's the way I argue on sage and graveyard dirt and coffin nails and black mud and the rubbed stones and crystals and just all that stuff that's supposed to be able to put salt. Y'all remember salt, right? Salt, lime, stuff like that. That you can put salt around everything, and they can't cross. A spirit can't cross. That's the most asinine, stupid, ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Is when someone says, it reaches into my chest, goes all the way through, grabs my spine, twists it, and pulls it back out the front. I hate when people say, "Oh, put down salt because the spirit can't pass over salt." What the hell did you get that from? If you want to test that and you want to prove that as not possible, or not any grounds of any type of intelligent theory or hypothesis, then test it. I can show you how. It's super simple. All right? Put some salt in the threshold of your door of the room you're in. Just a line of salt down there. You're going to have to vacuum it later, so just drip some salt or shake some salt or pour some salt, whatever you want to do. Put it on your windowsill. I got a window right here by my head. There's a big window with this old big air conditioner is, and I can put salt on this windowsill right here next to me, all the way across from there all the way over to here, and do this. Just do this for me, okay? I know you're going to have to clean it up later, and I apologize if you've got hardwood floor or linoleum or anything like that. All you're going to have to do is just sweep it into a dustpan. If you've got carpet, like I do here in my bedroom, do me a favor, just go get you some salt. If you want to do it right now, do it right now. That's fine. If you want to do it after the show, that's fine too. But just sometime, go get you a box of salt, or get your shaker and just take the lid off of it, whatever you do. Get it and make a solid line of salt. It doesn't have to be huge. Just a solid line of salt through the threshold of your door of whatever room you're in at that time. If you want to do it in your kitchen, do it in your kitchen. If you want to do it in your bedroom, do it in your bedroom. If you want to do it in your living room, do it in your living room. If you want to do it in your frickin' doghouse, do it in your frickin' doghouse. But I just want you to run that thing through there, make a solid line, just like you're bounding a spirit from being able to enter or exit there. And then after you've made this line of salt, just before, now what you have to do now is you have to clean it up, right? So the only way you can clean it up is to leave your room and go to the kitchen or to your washroom or your utility room, or some people actually have clean rooms where they go and do cleaning rooms and stuff like that, and go get you a mop, or not a mop, but a broom or a vacuum, whatever the case may be, whatever you have to use to clean this up, and go get that. Now, to do that, you've got to cross over that salt. Can you cross over the salt? Yes or no? Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? Huh? Can you cross over the salt? Somebody tell me, can you put a line of salt? Can you stand in the center of your room, make a circle all the way around you with salt? Can you step out of that circle? Yes or no? Can you do that? Somebody tell me, yes or no? Black Tower, thank you very much. Yes. He said yes. He says yes, we can. We can step out of that circle of salt. Okay, so what has happened to our body or not our body, but our inner self, our inner spirit, when we die, that suddenly makes it possible for us to be bound by that salt. What has happened? Oh, I've said this a million trillion times over the last 42 years. I have said it so many friggin' times. I have always said the only thing that happens to us when someone's been watching too much. That's right, John. Too much Supernatural. That's too funny, buddy. Beth, yes, says also yes. We right? But the only thing that happens to us when we die is we no longer have to carry around all of this material, all of this meat suit, this body. We don't have to carry that around with us anymore. We're now a free spirit, if you will. Okay, let's use that. We're not bound by this vehicle any longer. All right, this vehicle that has to be maintained, this vehicle that has to be protected, this vehicle that has to be oxygenated, this vehicle that has to be fed, this vehicle that has to have rest, this vehicle that has to have some sort of intelligence to move forward, this vehicle that has to have an inner force or an energy. We don't need that anymore, okay? We don't need that electricity to pump a heart anymore. We don't need that neuro system that can tell us not to touch that hot stove anymore, or not to, step on that tack or that Lego, or you don't need any of that anymore. All that stuff is gone now. People ask me, can a spirit smell stuff? Can a spirit does spirits eat? I've had that question before. Can spirits get sick? I've had that question before. Can spirits die? And actually, yes, they can, but that goes off into a whole nother realm that we don't want to go in tonight. There is a such thing as a second death. Christians call it purgatory or hell, but we're not getting into that. I'm sorry. But these physical abnormalities, or these physical limitations, or these physical needs, or these physical restrictions are now gone. All right, we rip all that off. We take all that off. We leave this shell, and now nothing has changed with us, except for we're not having to have this anymore. That's why I say, if you don't donate your organs when you die, if you don't have that little heart on your driver's license or your identification card, then that's just selfish and crazy to me. Now, if people don't do that, that's fine. That's your belief. If you don't want anyone to have your organs, that's fine. That's great. Whatever. Do what you got to do. I personally just think it's selfish and dumb, because we're throwing all this away. We're either going to burn it or bury it. So personally, mine's going to be burned, but all the organs that can be used that I hadn't already destroyed are going somewhere else for someone else to use, because I don't need them. This is trash. All of this is our junk. This is all when the moment we were born, we started destroying all of this, right? You ever heard that old thing where they say when the moment you're born, you start to die? Well, that's true, of course. As soon as we're born, we start to expand or grow. We start to decay. We start to, we lose all of our skin. I don't remember how often. What is it? Somebody help me out, John or Beth. Somebody, I don't know. You lose all of your skin every so often. Every bit of your skin gets replaced every so often because it decays. Because we destroy it. We eat stuff that we're not supposed to eat. We stay in the sun when we're not supposed to. We drink alcohol. We smoke cigarettes. We do all kinds of stuff to destroy our bodies. But even if we didn't do all of that, does that mean we get to live forever? No, it doesn't. We're still going to die. Everybody starts to decay when they're born. Well, Johnny, you can't say that, because a newborn baby, just look at their cheeks on their face, or the cheeks on their butt, or the top of their head. Everything is new and beautiful, and it's growing, and no, it's decaying. That's what it's doing. It's growing, and it's getting older, and it's getting worse. All right, and then on top of that, we do stuff chemically based that make it even worse. All right. So, and decay even faster. Right. Now, if like I said, if you don't do anything, if you're one of those health nuts and you don't do anything to hurt yourself, and you never get in any accidents, and you never have any broken bones or cuts or bruises or anything like that, you're still decaying. You're still dying. All right. We are born to die. Nobody gets out of this alive. All right. The only ones that get out of this alive have already done it. All right. So this is all trash. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to just take this and just, like I said, we're either going to burn it or bury it, right? Or it's going to decay somewhere. Or it's going to sit in a lab somewhere and let a bunch of students every 7 years. I think that's what it is too, Black Tower. I was thinking that. I was thinking 5 or 7 years. But yeah, we replace our skin like every, I think Black Tower's right. I think it is every 7 years. But if anybody wants to Google that and make sure, you can. But so we'll know for certain, because I don't want to give any false information. But I think it is. I think he's right. I was thinking either 5 or 7. But we do. Our skin flakes off, and if you don't think your skin flakes off, Matt, vacuum your mattress. Y'all go. Don't do that. Get you a really good, expensive, nice vacuum cleaner like the one. I have a couple of Rainbows, and they're not vacuums. They're home filtration and clean air systems, but they do have a vacuum attachment that goes on the Rainbow. And yeah, you get you a Rainbow and vacuum your mattress. Take your sheets off and just vacuum your mattress from top to bottom, side to side, and you'll see that you do lose your skin quite a bit. And especially when we sleep, we lose it a lot when we sleep, and when we sweat, we lose a lot of skin when we sweat a lot. But yeah, I think that is it's 5, 7, or 8 years, something like that we lose. We completely regenerate all of our skin over a period of time. So that means that all we're doing is getting rid of this, right? We're not adding superpowers to the mix. We don't die and become superheroes. We can't. People ask me, can a ghost make you sick? No, but your reaction to that ghost can affect your health. Absolutely, it can. It can affect your stress level. It can affect your stress levels. It can create stuff like electromagnetic fields because of the energy displacements. We've talked about that a bunch. And those things can affect us. They can give us headaches. They can give us delusional thoughts. They can give us hallucinations. I mean, all kinds of stuff. So can an entity affect you physically? Yes, it can, but it's not affecting you physically because it has some juju. It says, ooh, make your stomach hurt. Ooh, make him sick. Ooh, make him die. That doesn't work that way. That entity doesn't have that, but our reaction to what that entity is either causing or doing can affect us. All right. I can't say a entity can't affect you physically or health-wise. If you're on the third or fourth floor of a building and a ghost jumps out and says boo, and you lose it and run out the back door, and there's no fire escape on this old building anymore, and you fall 4 stories to your death. I can't say, yeah, it affects you physically. It affected your health. You're now dead. Now you can go kick his butt. but we don't gain anything or lose anything except for this body. Okay? So if I can walk past that salt line as a physical being, as a biological, physical being, if I can walk past that salt line, or through that salt line, or over that salt line, or under that salt line, then I can do the same thing whenever I die. Okay, because there's no, even more so when I die, I could do it because I wouldn't even have to touch the salt line. There would be no possible way for my heel to rub through that salt as I walk through the door, because I don't even have to do that. I don't have to walk anymore. All right, because I'm an energy mass. Right, we've talked about that. What spirit beings are energy masses. It's just a big ball of energy. We don't lose our personality. We don't lose who we are. We don't lose our likes and dislikes and stuff like that. Do we lose the sense of taste? Well, yeah, I would assume we do. taste on a physical scent, not a taste on a mental scent. Now, my taste is different than Donald Trump's taste, or my taste is different than, my taste is War Eagle. But, I have a lot of friends and family that their taste is Roll Tide. All right, so that kind of stuff I don't think we're going to lose. But our taste as far as our palates are concerned, like our if you loved oranges when you were alive, but when you're dead, are you going to still like oranges? Well, no, because you're not going to have that ability to taste that anymore, because you don't have those taste buds anymore. You don't have that physical sense or physical reaction to that physical object. All right, so we're now just an energy mass. We're not hungry anymore, I don't think. I mean, why would we be hungry? So and let me get to y'all's comments real quick before I start on the second part of that, because I said I would earlier. Let's see. Man, y'all talked more than I thought you did. I miss my precious friend. Hey guys, I'm doing very well. Trying you well. Nope, I don't think it's the place. I think it's me. I agree, John. Where you said you don't think it's the place, you think it's you. I agree. I've been wanting to talk to you about that. We need to do that. If you make it to the investigation, do not get on the bed, please. You can walk around if you want. You come over here. Just don't get on the bed. Let's see, John, what's wrong? Because I have the phone set a certain way. Squirrel, yeah. Get you some aspartame. That's what I was saying, Katie, about that aspartame, but I don't think it's bad. I really don't. It doesn't bother me. I need a new job so I can spend more time with my family and CAPI family. Oh, John. Y'all, John didn't get to go. Let me talk about that for a second, because that sucks. Because that's what I'm doing at this point, and a little break in our conversation is catching up with y'all's comments. John said, I need a new job so I can spend more time with my family and CAPI family. And I agree. I don't agree he needs a new job. I think you need to, do what you can do to feed your family, because that's what's most important. But John missed out on so much, y'all, on his last job, and now it looks like he's going to miss out on a lot on his new job too, because work comes first. We don't get paid to do this. I criticize people that do charge to do this, so it sucks, man. It really does. We went last night. I'm gonna tell them, John. We went last night to a site that we've been to many times before. It's one of our resident places that we have developed such a rapport with this group of individuals that they want us to come there, and we love them to death, and they love us, and they always join us for the investigations. As a matter of fact, the main guy that we talk to a lot on that is even expressed interest on being on the team. I mean, we just love him to death, and he's a curator of a lot of different properties and businesses and stuff like that, and he's the one that is getting us in the area that we're going to be in at the end of the month that we may be doing the live from. But anyway, this place, we got this place because I wore a CAPI shirt to a parade and talked to some people and everything. But at that time, John was pretty much handling everything on the business side of CAPI. And so I turned everything over to him after I spoke with this individual that saw me at the parade and said, hey, is that just a really cool t-shirt, or are you really a paranormalist? And after speaking with this individual for a little while, she expressed that she wanted me to come and do some areas that she's associated with and everything. And so I handed everything over to John, and he started his stuff on that. Well, John developed a rapport with these people. I don't know how that light keeps coming in there, and I'm so sorry. There is no light back there, and there's no light to either side of me. It's all above me. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I apologize, guys. I hope it's not bothering you too much. But long story short, John has developed a rapport with these people above and beyond what anybody else on the team has, even above and beyond myself. because he's communicated with them so much. He's been the liaison for this particular site, which is what Beth does for us. That's her job as case manager. She's our liaison. But this particular, and that happens. I've had people that would communicate just with me, and I've had just investigators that wasn't on management team, just investigators that the people had developed such a rapport with them that they would communicate, and that's fine. That's fine. Be careful doing that because it can get you in trouble too. But because y'all should have one. But we all understand that John has built a rapport with these people, and it's just his favorite place to go. And he was really looking forward to going. We set it up so that we could go. We had a cancellation on one, and we said, hey, can we do this night? And then everybody was super excited. And then John's schedule came out, and he couldn't go. Y'all just do not know. He was floored, y'all. It broke his heart. It really did. And the client that he's got built such a rapport with, it was even upset and disappointed last night. And he says he calls him Birmingham. John doesn't live in Birmingham, but that's what he calls him. He knows his name, but he always calls him Birmingham. He says, "Where's Birmingham at?" As everybody was getting out of the cars, and I said, "Dude," I said, "he's not going to make it. He had to work." He was legitimately disappointed. He really was, because he loves John so much. Because anybody gets to know John falls in love with him as soon as they meet him. And he was upset about it. He really was. He says, "Man, I so hate that. I was so looking forward to seeing my buddy." And so he said he better be there on the 31st. And I told him then, I said, John will probably quit his job before missing out on that one, because everybody's been looking forward to this for a long time. It's a place we've been trying to get into for a long time. And y'all know I don't talk about locations or sites or anything, even if we have permission before the investigation. After the investigation, we'd probably tell you. But it was sad. It really was. So I understand that statement, John. What about the ghost hunting apps for phones? We're going to talk about that too, brother. Absolutely. It helps with the snails. Yeah, salt does help with snails. Dowsing rods, we're going to talk about dowsing rods too. Do we lose our sanity after a while? You know what? I think so, but not always. I think that the entities that accept what is going on, figure it out, basically, and then accept it, I don't think they're going to. But now the ones, especially the younger ones, and a lot of times the older ones as well, the ones that are dependent upon someone, I think that they do, after a while, can lose. And then, someone like me can lose their mind as well, after a while too, because you're not having any of that communication or that interaction, with the people that you love and care about. So yeah, I think that, and I think we've talked about that before, how we've, mindsets and sanity levels, and Johnny's super uncomfortable. I don't know why. I have a really soft bed now, but I'm uncomfortable for some reason. But we can, I think so. I think that what the hell is that? I think there must be a hair right here. Hold on. I think that's what that was. It looks like. There was a hair right next to the lens, and it looked. Did y'all see that? It was going. But I think so, John. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question, and actually, I think that is possible after so long that we can start to lose a little bit of our wits, or a little bit of our sanity. My first investigation was a CAPI team. That was John's first investigation. It sure was. Toby wants to be on the show. That's right. We were all heartbroken. We sure were. It wasn't just John and the client that were heartbroken. We were heartbroken too, because y'all, we don't live next door to each other. I hope y'all know that. None of us, we all live, some distance apart. All of us do. And so a lot of times investigations is the only time we get to see each other. So if somebody doesn't get to come on one or two investigations in a row, that means we don't get to see that person for a long time. And it sucks, because we're a family. Y'all, I've told y'all before, if you start a team, make sure you fall in love with your teammates. And if you can't fall in love with them, then frickin' get rid of them. Because if you don't have that rapport and that family vibe, and you don't call them your brothers and sisters, then you're wasting your time. and you're missing out on a lot of love and a lot of great paranormal experience. You really are. Um, we hug each other goodbye. We hug each other hello. It's it's crazy. I've gotten emotional, and whenever, like on CAPI camps and stuff like that, I've gotten emotional when it was coming to an end, because I love my family, my CAPI family, so much. And when I know I'm not going to see them for another couple of weeks, it hurts. It really does. It's like leaving your wife and kids, or husband and kids, for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. It sucks. But yeah, I'm sorry. I just wanted to catch up on y'all's comments. But in a nutshell, we don't lose anything. We don't gain anything. So if salt or sage or coffin nails or any of that stuff doesn't affect us when we're alive, it damn sure enough not going to affect us when we're dead. Okay, nothing happens that would do. Okay, and I've heard people say, well, our soul is inside of our body, which is a protection, a protective shell, and it's protected against all this stuff and filtered. But then when we die, that protection, that filtration system is ripped away, and now sage can hurt us and salt can hurt us and all. I hope and I pray that every person, what is there, 8 people on right now. I hope as soon as I said that, I hope that 8 people popped in their head that was the most stupidest, asinine thing they'd ever heard. I really do. That would just make my day if I knew for a fact every single body that's on here right now, every single person that's on here right now would just lose it and say that's the most stupidest thing I ever heard in my life, because it is. It really is. Oh wow, I said how stupid that was and we lost 3 people. That's too funny. Welcome back, Katie. I had to go salt and sage my house. She's too funny. Why is Margot coming over? It's a mini family reunion at every investigation. Amen. It certainly is. But guys, just look at it like this. We do not obtain restrictions when we die. This stuff is not going to hurt us, okay, when we die. A sage is not going to force us out of the home. That started way back in the Indian days, the Native American days, excuse me, whenever shamans and medicine men and all them would burn stuff. They used sage because it didn't burn. It singes and it smokes a lot. I think that's probably why they started using it, because everything else they'd light it up, like cattails or rose stems or that stuff. They'd light it up and it would just burn. It would just burn away. But they used hickory, sage, what we call now monkey grass, stuff like that, because it doesn't burn. It doesn't flame up. It singes and smokes. And a lot of it, I'm trying to think of, is there any of it that does smell good? I don't think there is. Hickory stinks. Hickory would be the closest thing, I think, to smelling okay. Hickory wood smells great when it's burned, but the hickory plant itself doesn't smell great at all. But some people like it. But I could stand that more than I could sage. Sage and monkey grass and stuff like that. That stinks really bad when it's burning. I've heard people say they love the smell of sage burning, but that's to me, that's like saying, man, I really love the way that water treatment plant smells down the road. Man, that human feces mixed with urine and bad water and mosquito and everything just smells so good. I'm so glad we bought this house. It's right just down the road from the sewage treatment plant. It smells so delicious. To me, that's the same thing as someone saying, because I've heard people say before, oh, I just love the smell of burning sage. Oh, I just love it. I can't get enough of it. I'm like, that's the exact same thing as saying, man, my dog's butt smells really good. It really does, especially right after a big old turd comes out of it. It just tastes and smells so good. To me, that's just as disgusting when you say sage smells good burning, because it doesn't. It stinks. But it doesn't work, guys. It just, those type of beliefs and technology and all that, just it doesn't work. And I'm not even gonna go into the other stuff like coffin nails and graveyard dirt. Hopefully, we're back up to 7 now. Well, 8 now. Excuse me. It just popped up 8. 8 people on right now. I hope all 8 of those people know that how asinine and stupid graveyard dirt and coffin nails is. I mean, this is just ridiculous. But let's look at some of the other stuff that's come out, over the past 100 years or whatever. John earlier mentioned dowsing rods. Dowsing rods, it has never been proven that dowsing rods work on anything. There has been a lot of success on finding water or energy sources with dowsing rods, but it still has never been scientifically proven that that is what got them there. All right? So, when it comes to spirits and it's energy based, I doubt it. I've never had them work for me. I did use them several times. I apologize. I think my wife is home. I think Paramama just got home. And that's why the dogs are going crazy. They do this every time she gets home. I can get home and they don't do this, but she pulls up, they lose their minds. So I apologize if y'all can hear that. It's really loud. But they'll stop in just a second. Once she exits the vehicle and starts up the sidewalk, they usually stop. But I've never had any success out of dowsing rods. If they are affected by energy sources, then there is a possibility, but that entity would have to be dropping some major energy, and I don't see them doing that, guys. I really don't. I don't see them dropping that kind of energy. I really don't, because energy is everything to them. That's their food. That's their fuel. That's their go-go juice. So I just don't see them putting out that much just to affect some freaking metal rods. All right. So, and I've never had any success with them. So, no, I have to say no on dowsing rods. I think you also asked about apps on your phone. I'm gonna put that in the same category as graveyard dirt and coffin nails and black stones and black mud and all that. No, it doesn't work. There's just because we download an app on our phone, we don't change the mechanisms in our phone to operate as a radar or operate as this or that. Are there some things on your phone that can work for an investigation? Absolutely there are. There's a digital recorder on your phone that you can use. There's a video camera on your phone that you can use. There's a still shot camera, digital camera on your phone that you can use to take thousands of pictures with. There's a flashlight on your phone that you can use. But there's no such thing as a radar system. Now stop, please. Just stop. There is no such thing as a ghost radar. That's just silly and stupid. Don't do that. But let's look at some other stuff that's come out. Let me step on some toes. Voice mechanisms, such as Frank's box or spirit box or ghost box, whatever you want to call it, whatever it's been called this week. It started in around 2008 with Frank's box. It was just a box that had a UHF and AM receiver in it, and people started using them. Let me catch up here, make sure I've got everybody's comment. I think I do. Yeah, that's where she said she was coming back. From what I've noticed, heavy rainstorms that energize the air seems to increase spirit activity. Absolutely, Black Tower. We love it whenever we're doing an investigation at a thunderstorm, because that increases energy. That's free energy, man. Maybe they're going to leave us and our batteries alone if that happens. So yeah, we love when that happens. Absolutely, we do. But if we're going to talk about technology, we got to bring up Frank's box, and that's what I call all of them, is Frank's box. People call them spirit boxes. People calling them EVP voice apps, ghost box, spirit box, all this stuff. But it started out with Frank's box, so that's what I call it. It's kind of like calling an aspirin an aspirin. You know, the aspirin wasn't the product, it was the manufacturer, but everybody calls it aspirin. Same as diapers and stuff like that. Do I think they work? Here's what I've said every time about this. We even have a debate going on the team about this. But here's what I've said every single time about that. There is a possibility that a spirit can use the white noise from a ghost box to communicate. That is a possibility. But because that receiver can pick up any type of radio or on UHF or AM radio waves, you can't use any of the evidence. I mean, you just can't. Okay, cool. Cool, Katie. I'm glad she's coming. That tells me she's okay. But we can't use it as evidence, so why do it? We had a discussion last night where an individual sent me an awesome EVP, guys. Awesome EVP. It's not my EVP, so I'm not going to tell you what it was. I'm not going to tell you who it was or where they got it. But awesome friggin' EVP. One of the best ones I've heard in a while. I mean, it was a great friggin' EVP. And it was perfect for the situation and the area and the location. And it was clear, and it was just, you knew it was an EVP because there was nobody that, during that time, there was nobody there that sounded like that or anything. And it was, oh my gosh, it was one of the best EVPs I've heard in a while. But guess what? This individual got that EVP while trespassing. So he can't use that evidence. He can't use it. He can't submit that. It's ill-gotten fame, or ill-gotten fortune, whatever they call it. They were trespassing. I asked this individual, I said, "Oh my gosh, I've been wanting to go in there for years, and it's in my hometown. I've been wanting to go there for a long, long time. How'd you get permission?" "Oh, you don't need permission. The door's unlocked. You can just walk in." No, you can't. I gets me every time when people use that type of idiotic logic. The door was open, you just walk in. I go to my bank, and I don't have a bank, but I have a bank that I cash my paychecks at because that's where my company uses. I don't use banks personally. People that know me know that I don't use banks. I don't trust banks, and I don't use them. I'm still getting one, Beth. I love her to death. That's fine, Beth. If you want one, get one. I'm just saying we can't use it. Use the evidence. But just about any time I go to my bank during the daytime, the vault's wide open. You ever notice that when you go to your bank, the vault door is standing wide open? You can just walk right in there. Now that guy in the corner with the 45 on his hip will probably shoot you dead if you do that, but you can still do it. You can walk behind the counter and walk right into the vault. So if you do that and you go into the vault and grab a big sack of money and walk out, and as you get out, the cops pull up and pull you over or pull you out or felony stop you or whatever and put you in handcuffs and take you to jail, and you sit in jail for a couple of weeks until your arraignment, and you go in and you talk to the judge. Do you think he's going to, when you tell him, when he asks, "Why did you do that? Why would you go in there and take that money that doesn't belong to you like that? Why would you steal that?" And you say, "If you don't use spirit boxes, how do you capture EVPs?" I certainly wouldn't use a spirit box to capture EVPs. I use a digital recorder or reel-to-reel. But I have both. I have a cassette recorder, and we have digital recorders. To answer that question, but definitely not a voice box. But if you say to that judge, "Your Honor, the vault door was wide open. You can just walk right in there and take the money," do you think he's going to say, "Oh, well, Mr. Banker, did you leave your vault door open that day?" "Well, yes, Your Honor. We open it in the mornings whenever the time lock opens, and we don't close it until closing at night." "Well, oh, I didn't know it was open." "Well, you can go home. Yeah, get your money and go. You're good. I'm sorry. Case closed." overruled on everything. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. We can't just walk in whenever because the door's open or because we find an entrance that we can fit through. We can't just do that. You can't. Don't do that, people. Please don't do that. Do it the right way. And I again apologize for this light. It keeps popping up. I don't know why it's doing that. It's got to be something about how much light is captured through this lens on the bottom here. That might have a lot to do with it. I wonder if I change it. I'm not going to chance it. Less chance of contamination from radio stations since there is no radio receiver and a voice recorder. Right, exactly. Yeah, so. And like I said from the very beginning, I've always said this. People always say Johnny hates voice boxes or spirit boxes or Frank's boxes. He can't stand them. He'll tell you you're wrong for using blah, blah, blah. As I've always said, there's always that chance of contamination. So it just, we can't do it. I'm sorry. It's just not a viable piece of evidence collection. So, and there's a whole thing going on about how it's collected right now. And so I've been open-minded about that and said, okay, we'll try that because I am kind of interested on how that works from what I've heard so far from people that I value very, very much and trust 100% with my life with my eyes closed. So I'm saying, yeah, I'll look into it. But as far as using it for evidence, no, I would never do that. So because I don't collect evidence that I can't use. I don't, I'm not like a hunter that hunts deers and rabbits and whatever, bears and elephants and whatever, just to shoot them and kill them and hang them on a wall. If I was to shoot an animal in hunting, I would use it for my food. That would be the only reason I do it because I don't like hunting. But I would do it to feed my family, but that would be the only reason. And I'm not going to go collect evidence that I can't have, so I can't use. So, all this technology catching up to the field, all this technology showing us better ways and everything like that. People ask me all the time, and I've said this on here 1,000 times. People ask me, why has the paranormal gotten so much more relevant, so much more active, so much more limelight than it did 50 years ago? And I tell them every time, it hasn't. The same stuff is going on that's been going on throughout the entire time, since the early 1800s, whenever it started. In the 50s, when it really started, 1950s, whenever it really got off as far as investigating goes. Nothing has changed. It's just our technology is catching up to the field. It hasn't caught up to the field yet because we don't have any. You don't have a Ghostbuster equipment. We don't have that stuff. So I wish we did. That would be really cool. Capture a few of them and interview them. But I would certainly do that. But the technology is getting more to where we can use it. Like I said, my camera, I used to take 10 shots total at a time on my camera. I usually carried around 10 shot cartridges, and the cartridges were about the size of a saucer, a coffee saucer. So I couldn't carry around a whole bunch of them. But I could take at least 10 pictures per cartridge. Now I can take 10,000 and not even halfway fill up the card. So it's crazy. But with the new technology and with this new last 20, 25, 30 years, the more interest coming into it and the more acceptance, if you will, coming into it. There's still not a lot of acceptance to it, but there is a lot more there, and that's great. It's done a great thing for the field. It really has. It's brought more people into it. It's brought more people that are passionate into it, but it's also brought a lot of weekend warriors into it that are just out there fly by night, off the seat of their pants kind of thing. And that's hurt the field because they've brought a lot of this nonsense with them that hurts the field enormously. All right, let me catch up here. Let me see here. I have to debunk your own evidence first. In the case of spirit boxes, they debunk themselves before you even start because of the radio. Exactly, John. Exactly. Exactly. I know this may sound fluffy as hell, but I would love to catch the sounds of wild animal spirits on a recorder. I have actually. Well, not wild animals. I don't know if I've ever gotten a wild animal. I don't think I've ever gotten a wild animal. Doesn't pop into mind. My friggin' memory. But I have gotten domestic animals. We've had recordings of birds. We've had recordings of dogs, cats. Birds, dogs, and cats. I think that's all we've ever. We did have a recording from an old antebellum in Selma, Alabama, and it sounded like a fish tank. The bubbling of a fish tank. You know how when you have a fish tank, we have a couple in the living room now that you have to put the pump in there so it agitates the water, so it oxygenates and everything, and it makes that bubbling noise all the time. We did have a recording of that. Then later on, we found out that that was a residual EVP because we found out that the person that had died in the home had like a bunch of fish, had a big tank with a bunch of fish. So, but we didn't really get any sounds of the fish, but we did get sounds of the aquarium that they were in, the tank that they were in. So, I don't think I've ever. That's pretty interesting. That would be cool to get wild animals, spirits on tape. That would be awesome. You know what? Not even just to get it on tape, but just to hear it. You know, I would love to just be able to hear that. I want to know what kind of spirit takes the form of my cat, who is very much alive. That's too funny. Takes the form of your cat. Let's talk about that. All right, guys. Well, look, I'm going to cut this short, or not cut it short. It's over, we're working on over an hour and a half now. But I'm going to cut this tonight. I still have a lot of stuff to do before I get to lay down, and I don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm super tired. I've been going like crazy this weekend. But I love you guys so much. Y'all know that. And if we disagree on something, that is great. There's nothing wrong with that. And I open myself up to debate in the paranormal anytime anybody wants to. I will debate you. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to win. All right? I'm not patting myself on the back or saying I'm better than you. I'm just saying everything that I say in the paranormal doesn't come from wives' tales, doesn't come from a phone app, and it doesn't come from folklore. It comes from experience and vetting a lot. And that's the only reason I say that. Most people on my team would win too. But I love you guys so much. And we are going to start a new series next week. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. But I also want to mention before I go, the contest is still going on. No one has still not gotten the answer to the contest. For anybody that's on right now that you have not heard the answer, or the quiz, the riddle. Yeah, I've heard that a lot with cats and dogs, John. But here's the riddle. The riddle is 16 PPI 1. 16 PPI 1. For those of you who do not know, if you tell me what that means, it's a code for something, and that we've talked about during the class, we've talked about on here a bunch. But if you can tell me what 16 PPI 1 means, what's the meaning behind 16 PPI 1, you win a t-shirt and a snapback hat. All right, that's still going on, and that's for everybody. That's for my CAPI family. That's for the CAPI fans. That's for the CAPI team members. That's for everybody. Anybody can win that. All right. I love you guys so much. I will definitely see you next Sunday, come hell or high water. I will definitely be here. I'm not going to cope out on you guys again. That's it, John. Thank you. Thank you. It's 16 PPI 1. But I love you guys so much, and I thank you so much for being here tonight. We're going to start a new series next week, next Sunday at 9 p.m. So y'all make sure you make it here so we can get that started. It's going to be one that we can have a lot of discussions on, a lot of debates on. It's going to be a lot of fun. I love y'all. We will see you guys next Sunday, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. I want you guys to do me a huge favor sometime between now and then. I don't care if it's a friend, family member, or someone you meet on the street. Make somebody smile, because everybody needs to smile at least once. All right, we love you guys so much. Have a paranormal week, and we'll see you in 1 week. Good night.